Thank you, Chairwoman Napolitano, Ranking Member Westerman, members of the subcommittee. Thank you for the opportunity to testify before you today. My testimony will focus on the importance of the inland waterway transportation system. I currently serve as the plant manager of Sparrows Point Slag Cement Facility in Baltimore, Maryland for LafargeHolcim. LafargeHolcim produces cement, aggregates, concrete, and specialty construction solution products used in building projects ranging from affordable housing to small, local projects to the largest, most technically and architecturally challenging infrastructure projects. We operate in more than 80 countries with over 80,000 employees. We currently operate 30 facilities along the river system, and in 2018, moved 9.2 million tons by river. If we were to move this tonnage by truck, it would equate to 368,000 more trucks on the road. I'm also a board member of the Waterways Council and an executive committee member. WCI is a national public organization that advocates for the modern, well-maintained system of the inland waterways and ports. Recently, I also became chairman of the Inland Waterways User Board. When thinking of the transportation infrastructure, the inland waterways system is often overlooked. Our rivers are the fourth R of the critical multimodal system of roads, railway, and runways. In 2017, more than 578 million tons valued at $220 billion were transported on the inland waterway system. Of that tonnage, almost 80 million tons were aggregates, which is 14% of the total tonnage moved along the inland waterway system. Some aggregates and cement projects sourced from the river that benefits America included the new terminal complex at the Louis Armstrong Airport, the Amazon Distribution Center in Minneapolis, and the I-90 tollway rebuild from Chicago to Milwaukee. After only passing 2 WRDA bills in 14 years, this committee, starting in the 113th Congress, made WRDA a priority, passing 3 bills in 6 years. I would like to thank the committee for implementing the changes in the WRDA 2014 that have significantly accelerated the project delivery in the inland waterways system. A cost share change at Olmsted Lock and Dam allowed for the Inland Waterways Trust Fund to operate over the last 6 years at a 25% trust fund, 75% general fund split. This cost share change has also accelerated the operability of Olmsted, allowing for over $600 million in annual economic benefit to be accrued 4 years ahead of schedule. Also enacted in 2014 and taking effect in 2015, the Inland Waterways industry supported a 45% tax increase to the diesel tax commercial operators pay that is deposited into the Inland Waterways Trust Fund. This is currently the highest federal fuel tax being paid by any mode of transportation. In WRDA 2016, Congress changed the cost share model for funding the deep draft ports with depths of 45 to 50 feet from 50% non-federal sponsor to 50% federal government to 25% non-federal sponsor to 75% government in order to allow the ports to expeditiously expand capacity to become post-Panamax vessel ready. This was necessary to enable our ports to remain competitive on a global scale. In WRDA 2007, this committee created the Navigation Ecosystem Sustainability Program, NESS, as an innovative effort combining 2 of the Army Corps of Engineers Civil Works key missions, navigation and ecosystem restoration. This program was studied for 13 years at a cost of $74 million. Upon completion of the feasibility study, the Corps of Engineers moved directly to pre-construction engineering and design, PED, for 7 years, spending $62 million before being abruptly halted. It is discouraging that a project that has already seen $136 million in 21 years of time invested was halted. Waterways users, including my company, would like to see the Corps immediately restart PED. We foresee construction funding becoming available soon. However, without PED, NEST will not be ready to receive those funds. The Inland Waterway System has a portfolio of more than 15 high-priority inland navigation projects, either under construction or awaiting construction. At the current rate, many of these projects will not even begin construction for the next 20 years. By conforming the cost share of the Inland Waterways Trust Fund to the same formula that was approved for the deep draft ports in WRDA 2016, this committee's actions would allow the Navigation Capital Program to remain operating at or above $400 million level achieved since the cost share change at Olmsted, and accelerate project delivery on the portfolio of the critical inland waterways projects. As you move forward with Word of 2020 and any potential infrastructure bill, I encourage you to consider the proposal to adjust the cost share for the construction of the Inland Waterways infrastructure projects. This is an important change that will help advance our nation's competitiveness, keep America leading at the top. That concludes my testimony, Madam Chair. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here today, and I'd be happy to respond to any questions you or other committee members have.
Thank you, Mr. Innis.